practice on probability of compound events with replacement. A penny is tossed and the number cube is rolled. Find each probability. Probability of getting tails and a 3. So remember that a penny has heads or tails, and out of the two options, tails would just be 1. So 1/2 would be the penny. And then we know that we have to multiply the other event. The second event is rolling a cube, which is a 6-sided dice. So we only have 1 3 on that dice, so it'll be 1 out of the 6 events, or 6 probabilities. And then we have 1/12 as our probability of getting tails on the penny, and then rolling a 3 on the dice. So we have 1 out of the 12 chances. So that would be the final answer for number 1. Number 2, probability of getting heads, so 1 out of 2, times getting an odd number. Remember that an odd number would be 1, 3, and 5 on a dice. So those are 3 different numbers out of the 6 total numbers on the dice. If we just multiply those two numbers together, it'll be 4/12, or 3/12, sorry. And we know that this is going to be reducible because 3 can go into 12. So if we divide both numbers by 3, we know that would give you 1/4 as our final answer. Number 3, cards labeled 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are in a stack. A card is drawn and replaced. Then a second card is drawn at random. Find the probability of drawing 2 even numbers. So we're trying to figure out the probability of getting 2 even numbers. So we know that the cards that we have are 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We have 5 different numbers. So out of the 5 total numbers, we're trying to get 2 even numbers. So let's see what the even numbers are. We have 6 and 8, and that is it. 5, 7, 9 are odd. So it's just 2 out of the 5 total numbers that we have. And then we're trying to get another even number, which would be 2 out of 5 again. And that would give us the probability of drawing 2 even numbers in a row. So we know that that would be 4/25 if we multiply it. And we know that's not reducible, so it'll be 4/25 as our final answer. Number 4, a number cube is rolled and a marble is selected at random from a bag containing 2 red, 2 yellow, and 2 green, 1 purple, and 1 blue. Find each probability. Probability of getting a 1 and red. So we know that a number cube, which is a dice, is rolled, and we know that the number 1 is 1 out of 6 times. How many red are there? 2. And we need to find the total of those marbles. We know that 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. So we have 8 total marbles, so we know that it'll be 2/8. We can reduce it before we multiply, but I'm just going to multiply it first and then reduce. 2 times 1 is 2, 6 times 8 is 48, and we can definitely reduce this if we divide both numbers by 2, and that would be 1/24. So 1/24 would be the final answer for number 4. Number 5, find the probability of getting a 3 on the dice and drawing a purple marble from the bag. So we know that the number cube, there's just 1 3 out of the 6 numbers, times there are, it looks like, 1 purple from our statement above out of the 8 marbles that we found. And if we multiply this fraction, it's 1/48. And that is not reducible, so that should be the final answer. Number 6, probability of getting an even and a yellow. So an even number are going to be 2, 4, and 6 on a dice. Those are 3 different numbers over the 6 total numbers, times drawing a yellow marble, and we have 2 yellow marbles out of the 8. So if we multiply this across, it'll be 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 8 is 48. This is reducible because if you divide both sides, or both sides by 6, it'll be 1/8. And that is it. Number 7, probability of getting an odd. Those numbers are going to be 1, 3, and 5. And we know that's 3/6 times not green. So we're adding up everything except for green. So the 2 reds, 2 yellows, 1 purple, and 1 blue, that makes 6 out of the 8. So we are just going to multiply across. It's just going to be 18. 6 times 8 is 48. We know those both numbers are even numbers, and I know that 6 can go into 18 and 6 can go into 48. So I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And then 18 divided by 6 is 3. 48 divided by 6 is 8. That is not reducible any further, so it's 3/8. Number 8, a carnival game wheel has 12 sections. One of the sections contain a star. To win a prize, players must land on the section with the star on 2 consecutive spins. Remember that consecutive means in a row, so 2 in a row spins. What is the probability of a player winning? So consecutive again means you spin one time, then you spin again. So 2 times in a row, we are trying to get the star. So remember, guys, that it said that at the beginning, there are going to be 12 equal sections on the spinner, and just one of them has a star. So if you even would like to draw this on your problem with your Notability pen or on paper, I'm going to try to explain to you by giving you a visual. So this has 8 different... Let's see. Okay, this was a bad. I'm going to have... There we go. So this has 12 different sections. I know the lines are not straight, but it's saying that there is a star on just one of these sections. So if I know that there's just one star in one of those sections and we're trying to spin it 2 times, we know that we have 2 different events going on, and we know that there's just one star on it, so it's 1/12 and 1/12. So the likelihood, the probability of getting that star 2 times in a row is going to be very slim, but let's figure out the probability. 1 times 1 is 1. 12 times 12 is 144. So that is it. The probability of getting that star and winning this game is going to be 1 out of 144 chances. Number 9, Mrs. Gardner has a bag of marbles with 5 blue, 7 orange, 4 red, 4 green marbles. She selected a marble, replaced it, then selected the second marble. So we have 2 events going on, and then we're trying to find the probability and then writing the answer in simplest form again. So we know that there are 5 blue, 7 orange, 4 red, and 4 green marbles. Let's figure out the total first before we do anything. 5 plus 7 is 12, 12 plus 4 is 16, 16 plus 4 is 20. So I know that the total goes on the bottom as always, and I'm trying to figure out what's blue as the first event, and then trying to get an orange on the second event. So we have 5 blues, and then we have 7 oranges. So we just multiply those 2 fractions together. 5 times 7 is 35. 20 times 20 is 400. We know that they're both ending in a 5 and a 0. So we know that we can divide them by 5 to simplify and reduce them out. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 400 divided by 5 is 80, and we know that 7 is a prime number, so we know that cannot be reduced any further, and that would be our final answer. The probability of picking a blue, replacing it, and then probability of getting an orange the second event would be 7 out of 80 times. Now let's figure out the probability of getting a blue and then another blue. So we have, again, 20 different marbles in our bag, and we have 5 blues in this bag. So we have 5 and then replacing it, and we have another chance of getting it 5 out of 20 times. So by getting 2 blues in a row would be 5 times 5, 25. 20 times 20 would be 400. We can again divide both sides by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 400 divided by 5 is 80. We can actually reduce this even further. So we can divide this by 5 again and divide that by 5 again. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 80 divided by 5 is going to be 16. So our final answer is going to be 1/16 for number 10. And that concludes the key for the practice.